welcome everyone, and welcome to the Evolve Voices podcast, a platform to hear about the fascinating stories behind the people that power global commerce. I am Mayssa Nasr. I am a marketing and growth consultant, and I am your host for the MENA region of Evolve Voices. Today, I'm very happy to welcome Chantal Abboud. Chantal is a certified executive and leadership coach from the ICF, and she has empowered more than 30 organizations within the region to achieve their highest potential, organization and individual CEO leaders to achieve their highest potential through tailored coaching and development trainings. Chantal, welcome, and thank you for accepting our invitation.
Hi, Mayssa. I'm super happy that I'm with you today. Thank you.
Amazing. So, Chantal, can you first tell us more about your journey into executive and leadership coaching? So, what actually inspired you to focus on this field?
Actually, what inspired me to really choose finally stability in working as a leadership and executive coach, it's the idea that as a coach you are not working. It's a lifestyle. And if I look back to my history and to my growth, starting from maybe when I was 18 years old, and my curiosity towards human being and how this creature evolve and grow and develop, I can see now that this is the fruit of my whole story. Starting from age of 18, we don't want to calculate ages, Mayssa. So, so let's not go there. Don't ask me from how many years, but yeah, I can say that now today I'm an executive and leadership coach because really I'm so passionate about human being and how this human being can grow.
Wow, this is amazing. All right. So you work with leaders today, right? Mainly.
Yeah.
So if you are to define an exceptional leader in today's fast-paced and evolving business environment, how would you define this leader?
Maybe a leader in this fast-paced generation and industry who has time for everything.
You mean a work-life balance?
No, no, no. Do we want to go to work-life balance? Because I will be a bit, I will shock you a bit about this concept recently.
We will. What? Well, I
So
haven't.
no,
Okay.
so no, because yeah, I will explain myself.
Okay.
Because now the concept of leaders, it's like I have too many things to do. I don't have time for meetings. I don't have time for lunch. I don't have time to meet this junior person who really wants to speak to me and. The amazing leader for me and the successful leader for me, how I see the leader, is the person who really can organize his or her time properly to meet everyone or to listen to everyone and not to skip things because he or she doesn't have time.
Okay. So it's more an organizational skills than anything else.
Yes, and to know really how to prioritize work.
All right. Okay. Interesting. So in this context and in your experience, what are the most common challenges that leaders face today?
They want to change people and I don't want to change.
Okay. So, and how can coaching help in this?
Cannot.
Okay.
Coaching, you cannot use coaching to make a person to change a behavior if this specific person is not aware or is not willing to change. So coaching is not a corrective tool. It's a development tool. You use it for you to develop. You cannot oblige a person to use it to correct a behavior.
Okay. Interesting. So how do you approach working with a leader? So what's your approach without revealing your secret recipe, of course, but
My
how
charm.
do you, okay. So How do you go around that? So you're saying that, it's a development thing, right? So you help the leader develop some skills. So how do you go around this?
They need to come and to knock the door, Maisa. If they do not knock the door, I cannot do anything. So I can tell you from the minute of this knock, we can tailor a development plan for each one. Because it's not a common recipe for everyone to change a behavior or maybe to become a leader. And even though they might have the same maybe area of development, we both might have the same area of development, but we cannot have the same journey to develop this area, because every person is different than the other. So they just need to knock the door and to come inside. And in order to knock this door, they need to have the will, the awareness, and the commitment. Without these 3 points, for
Yes.
me, I don't feel so motivated to work with leaders without
And
this
in terms
awareness.
of commitment, how many sessions usually each leader should have? Is there a minimum number of sessions that you usually do with that?
Mesa, in order to change a behavior, you cannot do it from a night to another. You need really to break some perceptions, to increase your self-awareness. So at least you need 12 to 18 sessions. And these 12 to 18 sessions can go from 3 months to maybe 4 months. So it's not a painkiller, it's a treatment.
Okay, okay, nicely put. So you're saying that the leader should come and knock the door, but sometimes companies actually ask leaders, right, to go and have sessions with the coach. So how does this differ from the leader himself or herself coming and knocking your door and the company actually imposing maybe on them to go and see a coach?
Well, here you need to create the need for the leader who is asked to come and to see a coach to knock the door, because sometimes they come and they don't want to knock the door. And this is the main constraint or obstacle for internal coaches. Because when you are an internal coach or when you are an external coach as well, and the company is hiring you as a coach, for people that they are not willing, maybe, or maybe they are not seeing that they need to develop any area in their personality. Uh, this is very difficult because you will be dealing. I might choose a metaphor. Maybe it will be a bit tricky, not appropriate, but I will use it. You will be dealing with a wall.
Mm.
You cannot go through it, because they don't want you. They are resisting you. And here is the challenge. So you need to create the need. You need to show them the importance of the growth and the pain, because sometimes they don't even feel the pain of changing.
Interesting. And so, Chantal, you've worked, with many leaders in the, Middle East region, right? So how do you think leadership styles differ in the Middle East from other parts in the world? What are the particularities of, leadership in the Middle East, if you are to define that, versus, I don't know, leaders maybe in Europe, in North America, and so because already the culture is different. So in terms of leadership, how do you think it differs?
What I will say, I will give you the traits that I'm seeing with Middle East leaders. They are so persistent. They have this will to reach, and they are so consistent. Consistency is a common key of success that I'm seeing everywhere with successful leaders. And most importantly, they ask around. They don't take their own opinion as the only opinion. They go and ask around. The final decision is for them, of course, but they don't take a final decision without really collecting informations everywhere. And they are self-aware about their areas of development. They know about their, if we want to say, weaknesses, and they use it as a strength. You know how? By delegating. They are so comfortable in delegating.
Okay.
And they are so comfortable as well by saying that maybe I don't have the skill, I delegate.
All right. Okay. Nice. Well, they don't have this ego actually when they are a leader. They put their ego aside.
No, but they know how to deal with their ego.
Okay. All right.
I never saw a leader with an ego aside, but they know how to deal with it.
Okay. Okay. Are you dealing with more women in leadership or men in leadership position?
Well, currently I'm dealing more with men, interestingly. Yeah.
What's the difference you see between women and men leadership positions?
Empathy. Women, actually, I'm not labeling, but we have empathy more developed.
Okay. And can this be developed in a man leader? They can develop empathy. It can be learned.
If they want, yes. If they want, yes. And if they allow a coach or maybe a therapist, because, as a coach, we cannot go a lot to the past and work on our clients' past. But if they allow themselves to go to that past and to understand what is stopping them from having this empathy, they can, of course, definitely.
Okay. And as a coach, you sometimes tell them that it's better if they go see a therapist or...
Of course.
Yes, you do. Okay. So you feel that if someone needs, for a certain thing, just to go and do like a therapeutic thing, sessions,
I don't feel it only, Mayssa, I can see it. Sometimes you see behaviors or you see patterns, repetitive behaviors that you see, oops, no, it's not my area.
All right. Okay. Nice. So back to the work-life balance, right? Well, now I'm curious to know your point of view.
Well, years ago, I was amongst the people who were saying, "La, it's very important to have work-life balance." Now, it's different. Because you see, when you start to dissect this sentence, work-life balance, like if you are removing work from your life. So if I want to remove work from my life, so where do I have to put work? Where is work?
Okay.
So I'm reflecting a lot about it, and I'm not convinced anymore about work-life balance concept and theory. I'm more about balance my work and my personal maybe stuff, my work life and my personal life. Because work and personal, all of both are in my life. So if I want to balance something, I need to balance my aspects in my life. Family, work, personal, love, everything. So yes, I'm more reflecting and working and spreading awareness about people. Let's balance these aspects, but you cannot balance all aspects. So that's why I'm spreading as well, and I'm reflecting as well about priorities in life. What are your priorities? So if work, kids, and love are your priorities, so you know how to put it. If family, work, and friendship priorities, so you know how to organize your time and to balance between these 3 points.
Okay, so what you're saying is that I'm trying to reframe it is that depending on where you are in life, you put your priorities, right? So it's
No,
not
not
that.
where you are. Where do you want to be? Because sometimes we are in a place where we don't want to be.
Mm. Can you elaborate more on that?
I can be, I can be a, I can be in Lebanon and I want to be in France. So I cannot, being in Lebanon is not my priority.
Okay.
Going to France is a priority.
Okay.
So I need to put my focus and my energy to where I want to be,
Okay.
not where I am now. But if where I am now is aligned with where I want to be, so خلاص, I check the box.
Okay, it's interesting, because this work-life balance it's an open and it doesn't end this this debate, and especially that you are a mom today, that you are a working mom. Isn't it hard for moms today, especially for mothers in leadership positions also today, right? Because there's a lot of responsibility at work and also at home. So because you cannot be perfect in both, right? I don't think there's a world where you can be perfect in both. So how do you do this? Because here you actually need a certain balance, no? Maybe we won't call it work-life balance, but there's a certain balance, that needs to be here. So what's your 2 cents on this?
Well, I will give you my recipe. Uh, First of all, I worked on my guilt feeling.
Okay.
I healed from being a working mom with guilt. And I clarified it for myself and for my kids that work is a priority for me, like them. So for me, my priority, my two biggest priority in life is my work and my kids. And we are dealing with it. And it's very important, Mayssa, as a mom, we have this perception for motherhood. You need to cook by yourself. You need to bring your kids from school by yourself, maybe. You need to do things by yourself. No, who said so? You can delegate. Someone can cook, someone can clean, but your kids need something else from you. Your time, the quality time, your love, your support, your direction. And when you start to understand these points and you remove the guilt feeling, it's magical.
Very interesting. And so do you have, women in leadership position who struggle with this?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
So you help them remove this guilt feeling, actually.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible for you to share any success story, where coaching actually helped transform a leader without mentioning any names, but, any story that you could tell us, transform a leader's career or leader's company or anything that you can think about?
Well, maybe I can give an example when a leader starts to be aware that he needs to be more assertive and he go and he knocks the door to really seek help to increase the assertiveness. Um, it's something very fruitful, and it will help the leader to succeed. And why I chose assertiveness? Because leaders sometimes they don't know how to use empathy. They think that being kind sometimes in taking decisions can help them. And they are confusing between empathy, assertiveness, and kindness. And this confusion between these three emotions we want to say or behavior, sometimes lead them to bad decisions.
Okay. So they don't want to be the bad guy, so they try to, yes, I understand. Very interesting. So assertiveness is the answer. Chantal, anyone can be a leader?
Let's take it like this. To become a leader, what do you need? You need traits of personality and you need skills.
Okay.
Okay. Can you learn how to become a charismatic person?
I don't know, maybe not.
No.
Yeah.
But can you learn how to be a good public speaker?
Yes.
Okay. So there is this mixture between these two. And in my humble opinion,
Mm-hmm.
if you put a weight on these,
Mm-hmm.
you might compensate this part.
Okay. Okay.
You
All
know,
right. So being charismatic will definitely help you, but it's not a
it's not
necessity.
some true
Okay. So anyone can be a leader. So the answer is yes,
if they want.
if they want to. Exactly. Okay. Um, what habits or practices should leaders today adopt to continue growing, to continue inspiring their team? Is there a certain attitude? Is there a certain habit that they should, adopt? Because it's not easy, on a day-to-day life, for the leader, just to be a perfect leader, an amazing leader, someone everyone looks up to, I don't know, practices or attitudes just to help leaders today in their growth trajectoire, just to inspire their team.
Uh, I'm listening to you and I have this only idea in my mind and I'm telling myself, Chantal, remove this idea, maybe find something
Say
else.
it, not
But I will say
sugarcoating.
it. But I will say it. They need to always point a finger at themselves.
Okay.
They are not God and they are not perfect, you know? And when your team or subordinates or your followers see and they touch that this leader is always putting a finger at himself or at herself first, and they are seeing that this person is doing an effort to really change a behavior and to improve and to grow, life will be easy.
Interesting. Chantal, in terms of culture today, especially in the Middle East, how are people, how much are they aware of the coaching industry, right? So are people aware that today they can, seek help from a coach? Is there this awareness or there's a lack, of awareness in this? And is it easy for anyone just to find a leadership and executive coach today?
It's easy, yes. Competent one, no.
Okay.
Okay, I will divide your question into two answers.
All right.
Okay. Definitely, it's becoming easier nowadays to for anyone to go and to see and to say first, well, I need help. Easier. It's becoming easier now. Okay. Especially after COVID, after what is happening currently. So
Yes.
it's becoming easier. Because it's becoming easier and the market needs more coaches. I will say it in a very sarcastic way, but everyone now is reading a book about coaching, is calling himself or herself a coach. So that's why it's easy to find a coach, but
Yes.
I don't know if the coach that you are finding is competent. Okay, so that's why I will benefit from today and to say to everyone to spread this awareness. When you want to go and to seek a coach, make sure that this coach is competent, there is an accreditation behind him or behind her, And for the coaches that they really want to become a real coach, go and learn, go and study coaching, because you are dealing with souls. You are not dealing with products. Your clients are not a sticker or a pen. They are souls, and you need to really take care of this soul in front of you. So answering your question, yes, it's easy on both sides, but people need really to learn where to go and how to seek a coach. And for all coaches, I'm asking them to go and to really learn more. Yes.
Yes. But is it okay? Thank you for this answer. And is it today, are people seeking more and more coaches?
Yes,
So,
and even companies, Mayssa.
interesting.
Now, companies, they are really aware about the return on investment of coaching, by the way. They
Okay.
can see the difference, the productivity of people.
Okay.
Things are
Interesting.
changing. Yes,
Okay. And coaches are not only for leaders, right? They can be for anyone in the
of
company.
course, of course. They can
Okay.
be for anyone
Okay.
from junior level up until upper grade. Of course,
Okay. Interesting.
coach
Uh,
is for any human being who is saying that leader must be in a very higher level of any company or education or etc. You can have
yeah.
a leader in a football team with your kids.
True. 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 It's true. Actually, we all need coaches, mentors, and
Okay.
coaches. You have a coach, for example,
Of
do
course,
coaches. Okay.
of course, I have a coach. I have a supervision coaching session every now and then.
Okay.
I have a therapist as well.
Mhm.
Sometimes I need help. I go
Okay.
and I seek her help. So yeah,
Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay, I have one last question before we move on, to the concluding ones. For, young professionals today who are, aspiring for,
mm,
leadership roles, what advice would you give them to help them prepare actually for, all the challenges ahead?
especially in this fast-paced generation. I might say slow down to arrive fast, because Mayssa, they want to become directly directors and managers and responsible and I agree, but you need to slow down to reach there, step by step. Go
Interesting.
with the process.
Thank you, Chantal, for all these answers. I'm gonna just, wrap up with some, more some concluding question. First, so it will be more directed to you, right? To your person. So what's the most impactful lesson that you have learned in your career as a coach by coaching other people?
Interesting. Agility. I learned how to become more agile.
Okay. Okay, interesting. Chantal, how can people connect with you today to learn more
Well,
about the
actually, I'm everywhere on social media.
It's Chantal Abboud on social media, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay. They can directly send you a message to connect with you
yes,
directly.
yes, yes.
Okay, okay. What's next for you, Chantal, in your mission to empower all the leaders around you?
Well, I'm working a lot on myself currently as well, because you cannot give away what you don't have, and I'm from the school where we say not everything we learn in books we can go and teach it. If you don't do it for yourself, if you don't heal, so things will not be successful. So I'm still working on myself and finding more behaviors to develop and to heal. And by working on myself, I can welcome more leaders who wants really to develop more and more.
Nice, nice. So there's a question that I always like to ask my guests. What's one book you would recommend our listeners, to go and read? One or two books.
The Bible,
Why?
because if you want to know about leadership, you can you can find everything there.
Wow. Okay. Any final thoughts, any final thing you would, want our listeners, to have to listen to today?
Uh, well, as much as you increase your self-awareness, I guess we will live in a better place more and more.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Chantal. Thank you for
Thank
your
you,
time,
Mayssa.
for all these amazing answers. Thank you, dear listeners. And as usual, keep evolving.
Now make sure you subscribe to Evolve Voices, this leading and incredible project where our ambassadors are interviewing amazing professionals from all over the world so they can share their perspective and benefit you with their perspective, their knowledge, and you can understand what's happening in the different markets. Evolve Voices is a project part of the Evolve Commerce Club, the #1 and leading community where we connect international professionals in the world of commerce. We are now connecting professionals in more than 40 markets, and every week we invite an expert to share their perspective and their knowledge. So if you'd like to know more, you can always look at the comments. We have a link there so you can request your application and stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching. All the best. Ciao.